Hello, my name is Emily Rodriguez, and welcome back to Voz y Vida, my podcast, where honestly, it's just a mixture of a lot of experience, of daily thoughts, breaking down quotes, and hopefully you find either some inspiration, some resonation, or some guidance. But today's thought of the day, me wanting to start up the worries, the anxieties, the fears, because I had a reflection the other day where I was thinking about what is it that I really truly want to gear towards. I mean, there's so many things that I want to do. I'm a very creative person, and if I see an idea in my head, I want to act on or create some kind of plan to move me closer to that idea becoming a reality. So I sat with myself and so many things popped up. I started freaking out because I didn't even know where to start. And then I realized that that's the beginning of the end. Is we come up with this whole plan and who we see ourselves as and what do we want to be in 5 years and what do we want to be in 10 years and how do I become a billionaire and XYZ. And then it's so overwhelming to us, to me especially, where I just stop one day at a time because that's the reality. It's one day at a time. It's not 10 years in one day. And you could look at both effects. If you look at one day at a time, you know that you're here today for a mere moment. We can't even trust ourselves or rely on ourselves to make it to tomorrow. In 10 years, it's an absurd way of thinking because I can't trust myself to make it to tomorrow and I can't trust myself to make it in 10 years. So why bring 10 years worries into today? I decided to take a gratitude walk today. I haven't been on one in a minute, like a very long time. And I miss it. I miss it because I don't know if I ever mentioned, but I took about 9 months off of work. It was not my plan to take that much time off of work. And I'm talking about 9 months of no work, like nothing coming in, more going out. And I think it was such a beautiful moment for me to experience because I got to spend so much time being a mom. And I've always been a mom. My daughter's now 6. These 9 months, I feel like are a true reflection of moments that people miss out on because they choose their careers over their kids or their spouses, or everything goes before kids because we think that kids could wait. And the truth is they can't. They need so much of our attention every single day. It could be overwhelming. I believe that God sent me this moment at a moment in my life that I didn't know what was next. I knew I wanted to be a present mom, and I knew that I wanted to also be working because I tried the stay-at-home mom thing. It didn't really work out because I'm such a creative person that when things are on my mind, I want to act on them. And projects and creativity, it takes away from attention of a child because it's very hard to multitask being present with your child and also working on projects and keeping up with sleep and keeping up with gym schedules and XYZ. So enough of me taking 9 months off. That's for a whole other episode. Now I'm at a point where I'm back at work, and at the beginning, trying to balance work, life, motherhood, physical health, mental health, emotional health. It was a lot. And then I had to remember this is why I took 9 months off, because I was preparing on how to face these challenges. Because in those 9 months, I had time. Time was on my hands. I had time to perfectly plan out my day, perfectly have time for my daughter, perfectly like everything was just perfect. There was time for everything. Therapy, learning a new language, being a mom, being an athlete, and taking time for myself. And then, bam, everything just hit me where I'm like, okay, now I have to go back to work. Now I have to do this. I have to do this. I have to do this. I have to make sure I eat. My child eats. On top of all these other habits that I'm trying to create and working on a project at the same time, I really got to understand, okay, in those 9 months, I had a different perspective on, well, it's not hard. Like, you can do this. Everyone could go to the gym. You just have to find time for it. And then when everything hit me, finding time for it was really difficult. I was able to find time, wasn't the time that was making me most effective. For working out, for example, I was working in the morning, and then in the afternoon after picking up my daughter, I would go to the gym. By the time the afternoon comes, you're tired, you're exhausted, your child needs you, they need to eat, the house is dirty. So imagine me walking into a gym. I had zero motivation. I was getting it done, but it wasn't effective. And that's the difference between effective and just going, is you can go and you can lift weights, or you could walk the treadmill or whatever. But if you're not all in with the mindset of, I'm here to execute, I'm here to get this done, you almost feel like you failed either that workout. And that's where the discouragement comes. And that happened to me, which is so crazy because I love the gym. What wasn't working for me was being at the gym in the afternoon. That just does not work for me. So then I had to switch things around. Okay, I'm going to have to miss out on some work so that I can go to the gym in the morning. And putting that mindset of, I now have to create a new routine that allows me to be effective. What do I have to move around so that things align, so that I can have a great workout in the morning, have a great day ahead of me because I know that I did my best at that morning workout. And everything kind of just flows after that. Now, there are things and moments that you just can't plan for. Like last night, we worked until, and by we, I mean me and my daughter. We worked until 9 p.m. last night. Keep in mind, my bedtime, her bedtime is 8 p.m. And I could get upset at myself and be like, oh, well, this is out of my routine. But there are things that are just out of your control. They have to get done. And giving yourself that grace of, this is what today was. That's it. Today was a day. Tomorrow, my goal is to plan again, be home by 7:30 so that we could have a bedtime of 8. And every day you just keep that in mind. I want to go to bed at 8, for example. As long as you keep that in your head, you move closer and closer to it. You're not going to hit it every time. You're not going to hit it on the first time. If you do, great. Keep that consistency up. If you don't, that's okay. But you'll notice that with consistency, you'll be able to crunch down that time frame. So say you'll be going home at 9, 8:45, 8:30, 8:15, 8. And with that consistency, eventually you'll get home at 7:30 and be in bed by 8. That's how you build a habit. Grace is a huge part of building habit. So my thought for today is gauged around doing what feels right to you. And I think everyone knows what feels right to them. Like you feel a flow. You're not forcing anything. You're not seeking anything. That doesn't mean you're not going to worry. Of course you're going to worry. Of course you're going to have anxiety. Of course you're going to have fear. But how can you tame it? What external things can you move around to allow you to focus on what's inside of you? What are the thoughts that you're thinking of? Is it your sleep schedule? You're not sleeping good. Okay. Why am I not sleeping good? I'm on this journey with you. My goal is to be in bed by 8 o'clock tonight. And my workout's done. Everything that I needed to get done this morning is done. I'm off to work. I'm going to have a great work day. It's going to be an amazing day. And that's all I've got, honestly. That's what's on my mind today. If you have an opportunity to go on a gratitude walk, I highly recommend it because you're spending time in nature. You're in the sun. You see green. You're relaxed. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Nobody's asking for 30 minutes. No one's saying that you're going to be more effective at 30 minutes than you are with 5 minutes. Everyone's different. Do you, be you. And I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for listening. This is my voice and this is my story. Ciao.